Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video we're looking at another bomber, and this one is called the Manta Bomber, which is this thing right here. So this is a creative only ship that was built as a concept to test its design. You can, if you want to, use this in survival mode, but you will have problems accessing the reactors and it will not be able to mass create its bombs that it drops when you activate the timer blocks. So I'm going to press F10 and find it in the spawn menu, then we're going to just take a quick look at it, and then we're going to fly around bombing some stuff and bomb some pirates. So this bomber is 1,146 small blocks. It uses no mods, it uses no DLC blocks, but it does use a script called the Precise Timers script, which is how the bombs are going to function. So a quick look around the outside and then it's off to play with this bomber's warheads. So at the very front here we got our standard cockpit that has been surrounded by some greyish light armoured blocks. We have the gap between this where we can access our cockpit being filled by a projector. It makes it nice and flush when you view it from a distance, but it still lets us access that cockpit all nicely. As we move around the side we got some atmospheric thrusters. Atmospheric thrusters are the only ones that appear on this ship, so we can only use this on a planet. We do have a parachute hatch which sits right there. We've got quite a few of these on this ship, so in the event you did get your thrusters taken out, you can always come gracefully crashing to the ground. Moving along and to the side of the wing we got some larger atmospheric thrusters, and then we've got some blast door edges with some rotors that have angled this wing all the way down like so. We've got some rocket launchers that sit underneath, which is the only weapons we can fire straight forwards. As we move around the side to the edge of this wing, this is how it's been set up. There are the rotors that sit on the back, so if you're going head on into the enemies, they are less likely to be targeted first. We can move behind the ship, see the back of the rocket launchers, there's the other atmospheric thruster, and then we can see some more atmospheric thrusters down here. As we move all the way around to the back, this is our main thrust. 2 large atmospheric thrusters and 3 small atmospheric thrusters, and there are the start of many reactors that are going to power this ship. So if I was just to drop down and come underneath, instead of a traditional landing gear setup, we have wheels that have just been slapped on the bottom. It allows you to land safely, but you will not be able to lock if you need to lock onto something. So say you had a mobile base and you want to drop this down, then you will need to find some way of locking this in place. So right underneath, this is where our bombs are created, and we've got 2 little Gatling guns that can fire straight down. That is more to do with the bombs dropping, which is easier to show than it is to tell. So we've got a few more atmospheric thrusters that sit inside here. There is a timer block, there are some more reactors that go all the way around, and we've got some gyroscopes that sit right there. Yes, more on that a bit later on. Moving towards the front, not too much else to talk about, just some lovely colours which go all the way around. Coming up and above, we just got some fancy blockwork. We got some more parachute hatches, and there are the tops of the Gatling guns, which you can, if you really want to, shove some ammunition in from here. We've got these little fins that sit at the back. Then as we move towards the actual back of the ship, we got some air vents right there just to suck in some oxygen and all that. And that just about covers the outside of the Manta Bomber. It's a lovely design, and it's very simplistic, easy on the blocks, and nothing too complicated. So now it's time for me to get into my character, and we shall fly this big boy around. So just hopping down around here, getting in, we've got a few options. So number 1 is an atmospheric thruster on and off. Now these are for the front or the rear facing atmospheric thrusters. So while these are on and I move forwards and then let go, we will stop in a reasonable amount of time. If I was to turn it off and fly forwards and then let go, we then cruise along and steadily come to a stop. So that is your cruise control, so you don't have to waste power trying to forcefully stop. Number 5 is for the wings to flip it up and to flip them down. Look how smooth that is. So there we go. So when we're ready to land, we can just flip that down and just drop down like so, and now we're nice and neatly tucked away so cars can come past us. Putting them down and going up. Number 6 is to turn off our atmospheric thrusters underneath, so turning them off will cause us to come crashing down like I almost did. Number 9 is for the rocket launchers that sit on the wings. Yes, we can control these while they're flipping up like so. So there we are. And then putting them back down. Now number 2 and number 3 are the fun ones. So pressing number 2, we're going to continuously create warheads and drop them out, and 3 will be how we stop it. So pressing that and just sitting still like so, we're going to start dropping some warheads. Look at them go. So if I just bring my free camera over like this, I'll give you a better view. That is what is going on there. So the Gatling guns are spinning around and shooting those connectors as they spawn. That is how they're being disconnected and dropped. It's quite a neat thing, actually. So yes, once again, the projector projects the connector and the warhead, the welders weld up the connector and the warheads, and then the Gatling guns just go and destroy those connectors, and the bombs will just drop in pairs. And they create quite a deep tunnel, actually. It's a really nice ship to actually make a tunnel and have a really deep underground base, because this thing is going to keep going down and down and down, so it eventually comes out the other side. So getting back into the character and pressing number 3, that will then turn off the projectors and stop the progress of dropping the bombs. But now we actually get to try this out against my good friends the pirates in their usual location, which is over there. So one small problem with trying to approach a pirate base in a bomber is they tend to shoot backwards, so I just had to scrap part of this video out because it was a bit futile me trying to bomb them while coming close. So this time we're going to try and bomb the starting base by flying nice and low, like so. And we're going to turn off our forward thrust so we can just glide along, and then we're going to start bombing them. Turning off that signal, like so. We're going to start our bombs, start dropping them out. Just going to fly quite carefully forwards all the way across, and we're just going to leave all the bombs dropping onto them. So here we go. That should hit the solar panels nicely. There we go. And then we're going to stop. Finding my free camera and coming all the way over to the starting base. Let's see what type of damage we have done. So because these are small warheads, we don't really do too much damage to large blocks. There is a nice chunk missing out of there, and a nice chunk missing from here, which has worked quite well. So we're going to come back around and bomb it one more time. Let's just zoom in this a little bit more and maybe come a bit lower. So here we come. Going to start dropping the bombs right now. Taking a nice small path. There's the trail behind. Look at that. Oh, so many bombs. And we're just going to keep dropping them over it. That'll be nice direct hit onto there. Dropping them. Can just circle around here, do a nice lot of damage to this base. Oh, I do love bombers. And we can get a bit lower. Hopefully it won't blow me up. Let's just go forwards. We want to destroy that. Goodbye. And then get rid of some more of the starting base, like so. Jolly good stuff. They do a nice lot of damage once you start getting that ball rolling and get them in a nice precise area. There goes that part of the platform. So anyway, it's a fantastic little design to play around with in creative mode. Once again, you cannot really use this in survival mode because of how it's been set up. So it'll be in the description below if you wish to download and play around with it yourself. I highly recommend you do, because it is a lot of fun. So thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.